Hello, members of Holy Cross. I thought for this month, instead of writing a newsletter, I would do a video newsletter. And I'm thinking about doing this in the future as well. So you might see some videos that we have. I call them State of the Union addresses or something like that. But to get you some information of things that are coming up, let you know what's going on, try to communicate as best as we can, and give you some future ideas of some things here at Holy Cross. One thing you might notice is that we are still doing one service, and that is for a reason. In talking with the Board of Lay Ministry members, the elders of the congregation, they decided early on that we still need one service for some specific reasons of unity and harmony and walking together. If you've been a part of my Shepherded Sheep Bible study, it's really dug into some of those reasons of why we at Holy Cross are traveling as one flock together under the shepherd of Jesus Christ, under shepherd of myself and our leaders of our congregation, and that we want harmony and unity for that as well. So that's some of the reason of why this summer we're still doing it. We're still having worship services at 9 a.m. and then Bible study at 10:30 a.m. in the sanctuary. Myself, I'm doing the adult Bible study for that. We also have Sunday school or youth Bible studies too at the same time. That's happening this summer. And there's a reason for that too, is that later on at the end of summer, at the beginning of fall, July and August, we're going to be asking some questions via some internet surveys of how things are going, and looking forward to as well to see if we need to go in September to two services or if we still need to wait a little bit longer. And I encourage you to talk with your elders, your Board of Lay Ministry members, give them your opinion, do it politely, of course, but to let them know as well that if you like it. A lot of people do like coming together all in one big service because everybody's there. A lot of people enjoy that. The downside is that there's one type of liturgical style, and so you don't have choices of liturgical style on Sunday morning as you once did. So that is a downside of it. And so we're trying to hear from congregation members. We're trying to hear from the breadth of people as well. That'll be coming up in July and August. During the summer, we decided to look at three different types of liturgical services for Holy Cross, or three different types of styles, if you would. There is the style that we have been doing, which I call blended. What that means is that we have a liturgy either from the hymnal or from creative worship. We also have music that is from the contemporary set and also from the hymnal, from the organ. And so we've been doing that as blended after Easter. And it has pros and cons. The nice, once again, the blended is very good in the fact that everybody gets a little bit. But the bad thing is it's everybody gets a little bit and not all of what they might like. They might have a druther of having just liturgical style or a druther of just contemporary style. So we're having three different styles. One is directly out of the hymnal liturgy. That's the traditional style. And sometimes it might be sung liturgy, chanted liturgy, or canted liturgy. Sometimes it might be spoken liturgy, but it's coming all out of the hymnal just so that you know it's one of the divine services that we have in our synod and in our hymnal. There's a number of them, and we're going to try them out this summer, see how people like them, and see how we do well with them. That's one style. The next style is what I would consider a pure contemporary style, which is contemporary music with creative worship liturgy. It's just liturgy in a different format of words. And so it's all just contemporary music. It's all just the praise team. That is the music for it. And so that's one style of liturgy and worship we'll have. And the third one is something you're already familiar with. I mentioned before, the blended style. The blended style is having some contemporary music, having some traditional music of what we have from the hymnal, maybe creative worship liturgy, maybe liturgy right out of the hymnal, that kind of nature. And so those three styles will be rotated or in rotation throughout the summer. And we're not letting people know when worship things will be coming up. We are letting them know that we will have a good and well thought out worship and lectionary and texts and sermon. But we want you to know that you come as a flock, that you come together as the people of God here at Holy Cross. And it's not about my style, or it's not about my music. It's not about what I want. It's about the congregation. And we're walking together and we're being in unity and harmony with that. Now, once again, it's only for a short time. It's only for a few months during the summer. And we're going to be doing a survey at the end of summer to kind of see what is the druthers when we go to two services and when that happens. Now, granted, there will be 2 services, not 3 services in the future because we have a dedicated education hour. So that is important to note. In the past, there was 3 services, and there was like a traditional, and there was a contemporary and a blended, all 3 on the same Sunday. And we're going to be going down to 2. So we have to make some decisions with that as the elders of the congregation and as leaders. So just be aware that is coming up. We don't know when that is coming up. The next time that this might trip is in September when we start our new thematic church year. And so just be aware that the elders and the Board of Lay Ministry will be wrestling with this over the summer and then making some decisions in August. Possibly at the farthest end, it might be Advent. But we do want to hear from you. Not only myself as pastor, but especially your elders and your leaders, because they're wrestling with what is good for the congregation as a whole, not just individual opinions, but to say, hey, we need to all be walking together. We need to all have unity. The word is concordia, that we're walking together in harmony and unity. And it's not all about our wants and our druthers, but for the sake of the body of Christ and helping one another that way. So I encourage you to reach out, to use a survey coming up at the end of summer for this, to bear with one another too. If you really like liturgy from the hymnal and yet there's a contemporary service, that's okay. You can be part of that. Or if you really like the contemporary music and we're going to do something from the hymnal and we're going to sing a hymn, that's okay too. We can bear with one another in patience and love and know that it's only for a short time while we make some decisions and while we wrestle with this issue. Thank you once again for attending my Bible study. And I wanted to give you a personal note. We're right in the midst of listing our house and being able to sell it. And then once it goes under contract, then we will be able to go under contract for a house. So we're praying that this might happen in the first part of July, maybe throughout July or even the first part of August, depending on timing with banks and how things sell. So please keep us in your prayers as we go through this process, as we wrestle with what kind of house that we want and what we're looking at, but also that it's part of God's timing and His providence. May the Lord bless your day as well as your week.